a topic everyone has an opinion on, whether it's good or bad, whether it's against religion or it's just wrong. It's a topic everyone loves to take the sides on. Now, I know a lot of people have very strong opinions on this topic. Very strong. Whether it's because of your religion, your religious beliefs, whether you think it's killing, whether you think people are using abortion as a form of birth control, which would be a valid point. I wanted to touch on it a little bit. Like my views, personally. I did not, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I did not know really anything. But a lot of my friends were pro-choice, so I was like, yeah, cool, I'm pro-choice too. And I think a lot of men do that, just to be a part of their friends, their women friends, or whatever. But I don't think men really understand the intensity and the severity of this topic, and how much it really, affects people's lives. Was invited to go to a conference, the Reproductive Rights Conference in Amherst, Massachusetts at Hampshire College. It's for a weekend and it's free. And it really opened up my eyes about abortion, about reproductive freedom, and how men can take a role in it. Usually when people say abortion, oh, it's just female, blah blah blah, men don't have any rights to be calling the shots, but they do. Men are starting to have room for in the movement for reproductive freedom. And I'm not just talking about reproductive freedom as in just abortions. I'm talking about free birth control, certain things like that, clinic, free STD testing, things like that. And men are starting to come to the front and help out a lot more. And I just wanted to talk about abortion. My views, I feel like I'm pro-choice to extent until people use abortion as a way of birth control, as a way to get rid of something, or get rid of like a baby that they did not take the proper precautions not to. If someone's going out and sleeping around and not using protection and stuff, and then out pops a baby, yeah, that happens once, maybe twice. It's a mistake, and it happens. I can understand that, and you can't take care of the baby. That's understandable. But when you're constantly doing it, like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 times, it's crossing. It's really crossing a line, and I think it's a test to your morality. It's a test to your character. Abortion is a very intense thing for both people, for the mother and the people around, for the people around the woman having to make this decision. I don't think a lot of people understand about abortions. I don't think a lot of people understand what the woman has to go through, and so they think that the woman goes into the clinic and boom, she doesn't have a baby. But there's a lot of emotional and physical pain that goes into the process, and if you've read up on it, it's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better with the procedures. A lot of the earlier day abortions, they were done in vans, they were done in hotel rooms, because people wouldn't have allowed it. It was very hard for these women to have to go through that. And these are mothers, daughters, these are young kids, 15, 16, having to do these procedures. And a lot of these procedures were done by physicians that did not have a license, did not practice good sterilization of their equipment, and it was very dangerous. But they knew that their family would probably outcast them, pretty much being risked to be kicked out of their homes, abused, things like that. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration. They're like, oh, my religion, or oh, I'm not about that. And a lot of people do not understand. I did not understand. I said I was pro-choice, and after the first conference, I was like, I don't know. I was really shooken up after my first conference, and I was just like, I was sobbing my first conference, because you hear so many powerful stories. And I'm going to stop referring to that because I want to talk about it a lot over in my next video. But I'm going to probably keep referring to it, so whatever. They tell so many powerful stories about what they had to go through. Older women, younger girls, and it's just amazing what they have to go through. And it's like we give them so much grief. Like, why would a person really want to put themselves through that if it wasn't for a cause, or if it wasn't for a reason? I believe a woman's body is a woman's body. I believe everyone should have a say over what they do with their body, as long as they're not hurting themselves or someone else. Most abortions are done over a period of time where the fetus cannot feel anything. I believe after a certain point, I think it's a gray area, depending on what's going on with everything else. I believe people need to be educated. People need to. I keep saying this on all of my videos. People in these days love to talk. They love to talk about anything that they can talk about. Pretty much that's it. They love to talk about, oh, I want to talk about this, 9/11, religion, politics, abortions, homosexuality, blah, blah, blah. I have an opinion. Everyone's going to listen to me, blah, 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 blah. Everyone has an opinion. Even whether or not they're properly informed and properly and have the proper information about what's really going on, they want to spread their opinion. I hear a lot of men talking about, oh, abortions are wrong and stuff. A lot of men don't know what's going on. So, men need to get educated as well as women. And for the women that are having 13, or not 13, or maybe 13 abortions, they're constantly going out there having sex, and they're using pretty much abortions as a method of birth control. You guys need to stop. They need to stop. They need to evaluate their lives, because after a while that's getting probably kind of dangerous. It's kind of disrespectful to the power of childbearing, multiple abortions. I'm not saying it doesn't happen and there aren't situations that probably require it, but when they're using it as a form of birth control, I believe it's wrong. Maybe once or twice, I understand things happen, a condom breaks, maybe you were a little wasted, but still, you have actions that you do, and then you have consequences. And you have to know that when you're gonna have sex. Go to your internet, find a website, pick up a book, read about abortions. Stop opening your mouths when you have no idea what you're talking about. Because I know there are people out there that are just running their mouths. That is what I'm tired of. I'm tired of people running their mouths about things that they have no idea what they're talking about. I kind of feel like this, how I feel with homosexuality. People would talk about it and they have no idea what they're talking about. They have all the wrong facts, and it's backed by bias, just a ton of hate. It's all wrapped in hate. And that's pretty much what they go to war with. And that's what revs them to talk, and they have no educational facts. And I feel with religion and politics right in the middle of the abortion wars, this is kind of what happens with abortion. You got religion saying, oh, it's wrong, and then you have the other side. You got the political side. They're trying to make up rules and laws about all this stuff, and you have a big mess. And then you have all these people on either side. You got people on religion and then people on the politics side, and they're constantly feeding the fire. You got no one's ready to step back and say, all right, maybe we need to reevaluate this. No one's willing to give any of the rope. Everyone's just always tugging. That's why there's not going to be ever any resolution to anything, because everyone has to have their little bit. Everyone wants to talk their little bit, and everyone else is wrong, and we can never make no peace or anything like that, because everyone has to have their word, and I'm tired of it. Go. Get out, get educated. Tell me what you think. If you're gonna be hateful and stupid, stay at home. But I'm sure I'll get it, and I'll just leave it up, because you don't bother me none. I know who I am, and I know what I believe. Okay? Alright. This is Benny. And you're in the educational version of the Benny Zone. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to leave a video response to this one telling you about the conference.